Hello everyone, Boris here from 500 Madness, and today what we're going to do is show you how to install our new MADNESS Front Mount Intercooler. In just a bit, I'm going to bring our shop manager in our Texas location, Bill, out here, who has modified probably more 500s than anybody in the Texas area. He's practically pulling these things apart on a daily basis. Now, keep in mind, this installation process is going to take you about 3 to 4 hours. Now, Bill here has done it quite a number of times in a variety of models, and he's installed pretty much every intercooler there is, so it's going to take him a bit less time. So we are still a fully operating shop, so please excuse any of the noise, movement, all that in the background, because we're still modifying some cars while this video is taking place. So stay tuned. We'll be with you in just a sec and show you how to get this done. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bill, shop manager, MADNESS Auto Works, Texas, and today I'm going to show you how to install the MADNESS Front Mount on your 500. I've installed intercoolers, every intercooler they make for this car. This is absolutely the best one. And I'm a little biased because I got to help design this product. Now I'm going to show you how to install this. It should take 3 to 4 hours, so give yourself plenty of time. I'm going to do it a little quicker than that because I have worked around this vehicle quite a lot. First thing I'm going to do is put the car on the lift. If you do not have a lift and are going to use a jack, please use jack stands. Now we're going to completely remove both front fender liners. Remove the 4 8mm screws, 2 on each side. Now you're going to remove 6 10mm. There's one up here. There's 3 on each side. One right here. And one right here. Alright, the rest of them are Phillips. One underneath. Pull it off the stud and slide it out. And there's another stud up here you got to pull it off of first. Like that. And you should be able to pull it right out. Go. Pull it off the stud first. There it goes. And release it. Same thing on this top over here. Pull off the stud. And you can slide it right out. Alright, there's 5 electrical connectors. 2 on the right side, 3 on the left. Okay? On the driver's side there's 3. The big green one, the side marker, and then the fog lights. They're right here. And there you go. Now there's several T30 screws. There's 4 on top, 3 on bottom, and then there's 1 hidden right here, and 1 on the other driver's side as well. Now you're ready to remove the whole front bumper. It's good to grab a friend to help you out. I'm going to get Jeremiah to help me pull this thing off so we don't scratch any of the paint. There's also a clip here on both sides. I'm going to show you. It can be a little tricky, and you don't want to tear your bumper or scratch anything. Okay. So you just kind of pull the tab down. There you go. It'll pop loose. There you go. Alright, the next step is we're going to remove all of the stock intercoolers. Both intercoolers. There's one on this side, one on this side. All the piping goes all the way here. We're going to go all the way from the turbo down, all the way back up to the intake piping. Alright, the next step is these hose clamps are not your traditional hose clamps. They're crimped on, so I just break them off. I use some side cutters and just kind of twist them and break them. break them off. And once you get to that crimp there, you pull it out. Now you can get to that crimp there and just cut it right across there. All right, see, now it's loose. Just kind of, there you go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the air box, the battery, and then battery tray. So now with this piece off, you can get to the bottom of the turbo right through here. Now this is a newer model. It has a sensor on the airbox. Do be careful if you do have the newer. I believe it's 2016 on. Disconnect that hose there, and you're going to gently pull up on the box. Okay? Just like that. Now stop, because you could rip that wire. Now I've already got these two loose, as you saw. They are attached to the airbox as well. And then you're going to reach your hand behind, right here. Okay, unplug it. Now your airbox, and get out of the car. Get out of the way. Always disconnect the negative first. Okay, loosen that one. Then you're going to take this one off. Okay. There you go. I'm going to tuck that back there, out of the way. It does have an amp wire on this car. I will be securing that so that it doesn't short out. Okay, to remove these wires, they do have a special tool you can get. Most people don't have them, so I'm going to use what most people have, just some needle nose. Just get between the battery box and the connectors. There we go. That, and then there's 3 bolts. You're going to disconnect the ECU, harness, slide the yellow locking tab, gently pull up, tuck it to the side, same thing, use your fingernail, pull the locking tab, and then rotate this cam up like this, okay? Releases it, okay? Now, let's go pulling this thing out here. There's several little wires hooked to the back of it. So what you're going to do is gently pull it up, okay, and rock it forward, okay? I already see one right here. Just gently pry that out, and then there's 2 or 3 more. There. All right. Very carefully lift it out, and you'll see there was 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 3 down here, and then there's a harness right here that clips here. And this hose right here is what we're going to take loose. There. This is also a crimp-on clamp. We will have to break it off. So what you do is look for the tab on the back side of it and just give it a twist and she'll snap right off. And then you can remove this hose. Be careful, there's a sensor here. Boost pressure. And then this band right here, I'm going to use some cutters, side cutters, and you go push down and cut it. Okay, now let's cut. Grab this elbow. Yep. All right, now you got that elbow removed. Now we can go after that metal pipe down there. Now to help you get that pipe out that's back there, I'll loosen these right here. Okay. And the radiator kind of hang there. You want to be careful, but you don't want to let it fall. Okay? But it's got these little tabs that push in there. Okay? Now you just kind of lift it out of the way. Gently. Okay. There you go. And you come out just like that. I do cut this. You can use anything to cut it. It will come out, but it just makes it easier when you're going around thing. Anyway, we're not reusing this, so I just get it out of the way, and then I just slide it out that way. Back in, you will be replacing these parts, but I don't like the radiator to hang there, so I've still got some more disassembly to do. So I'll put the bolts just loosely in there, just to kind of hold the radiator. Now you got an 8mm you're going to use to remove this piece here. This is where your front mount's going. We'll clean all these bugs off here and whatnot. But you're going to take this off. Right here, right here. And that'll come off. This will also not be reinstalled. These on both sides will be removed. We'll remove them right now and just reinstall the bolts. Okay? For some reason, this one's been cut. It should look like the other side. 14 millimeter. There we go. Okay. Rinse and repeat. All right, now for the final hose. There's your turbocharger, the bottom of your turbocharger. And if you're lucky, that hose clamp is clocked properly. You can get through the hole on top of the radiator. If not, you kind of got to go through the side or the back. The long extension, a 1/4 inch, is 7 millimeter. Okay, just take it all the way off. We're not going to reuse it. It's good. And then there's one more bolt we're going to have to get loose. Right there, I'll show you. Now, it's a 10 millimeter. It's on the exhaust heat shield for the cat. Okay, you always want to make sure this vehicle's cool before you start messing around over in this area. But if you got one of these little ratchet wrenches, it's pretty trick. You just go in there and loosen it up. Now you got the bracket loose. Just take the hose off. There you go. There you go. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to relocate the windshield washer reservoir. And you're going to use this hardware here. These 2 brackets and 2 screws. And what you're going to do is unbolt and just raise the windshield washer reservoir up because the new piping is going right underneath it. Slide it in here, and you're gonna this right here. Push it up about as far as it'll go. All right, the next step, after we've raised up the windshield washer reservoir with those brackets, we're going to change out these 2 brackets here that we left loose earlier in the video. So we're going to put a shorter bracket on there. It comes in the kit, and what we're going to do, we'll change them out one at a time. And what we're going to do is we're going to move this entire core assembly back, and it'll give a lot more room for that larger front mount. And this radiator is plastic. Please be careful when you're working around it, okay? So what you're going to do is very carefully pull these pieces off, just like that. If you have to use a little silicone spray, that will help. Then you'll change out these rubbers. We'll call silicone spray. Pop the new rubber in. Push it onto the radiator. Okay. Now, do the other side and kind of hold up on the radiator at the same time. Okay. Hold up on this. Okay, now I'm going to rotate this out of the way. Okay. And you're going to go over here and you can take the bolt, put the bracket on, get your bolt started. So now you're holding the radiator up. It's just not hanging from the hoses and whatnot. Just get it started, and then right in there and pop that piece off. Then your other short bracket, they're the same, by the way, side to side. These are the exact same brackets. You can't get left, right, or right mixed up. Okay? And then pop it on the radiator. Arch your bolt. Like that. All right, there's a little keeper. You gotta make sure it goes in the hole right there. And you tighten that one down. Make sure it goes in the hole. All right, next we're going to install our front mount. It comes with these trick brackets. I'll show you how to do that. Anyway, what you do is it comes with a piece of hose. Slide that piece of hose in there. We just thought it'd be cool for like an anti-rattle. You know, there's one on for each side. On this one, it's easier to put the hose in from the back side and just let it float in there. And then what you can do is get a little silicone spray. And then supply bolts. We supply these bolts with the kit. You're just gonna, it's a shoulder bolt. You're just gonna slide it in there like that. And just like that, okay? And then I'll show you the brackets. Comes with these two brackets. This is for holding the front mount. There is a left and right. The shoulder goes towards the front of the car on the bolt in the back. So what you'll do is, this is a left one. You slide it on there, and then it comes with the shoulder bolt. Just put the shoulder bolt up there. Now these are a locking nut. Now to hang our front mount, okay? So it comes with the supplied bolts. The front mount is threaded. You're gonna thread right into it. Front mount is home. All right, so it's a 13 millimeter up front, 14 on the back. Okay, bracket's nice and tight. I leave these loose until I get all my piping done. So these are still loose, but these are now tight. That is done. All right, this is the supplied turbo 2 front mount intercooler hose. It comes with 2 clamps, and we'll just fish it in. It's going to actually sit in the car about like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to snake this hose in. There's a couple ways to do it. You go in through this way, go through that way. I'm going to actually just roll it in underneath the washer reservoir first. You can get a little soap and water on this thing. It will help you slide it in sometimes a little better. I'm just in the video mode and I'm just getting it in there. So what you do is you'll just slide it on the reservoir like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to work it up past all the stuff to the turbo. Now you'll want to install your clamp before you put it on the turbo. Millimeter. You can use a screwdriver, an 8 millimeter with a wobble to tighten this hose up, but you are ready. Once you get that on, go ahead and tighten it all up. Okay, here, this is the hose for your intercooler to the intake. So what we'll do is it fishes through just like so. Just up. There we go. Just like so. Okay. All right, so the left side pipe, it is designed and built for a manual transmission car, which actually has a bigger intake tube. So the automatic one, I'm guessing because of the size of the transmission, they use a smaller one. So there's an extra step needed if you have an automatic car. This is an automatic car, but I'm going to show, it's the same step, it's just an extra step if you have an automatic. Now, since this is an automatic car, here's the difference. Okay, this is manual, this is automatic. So what we're going to have to do is replace this elbow. So what we'll do is mark this right in the middle, and then we'll use a little sharp knife, razor blade, and whatnot, cut. And it's going to come with 3 hose clamps extra. And what we'll do is put that coupler right in there, add that piece, hook it up to our intercooler, put it up to our intake piping, we're done. Go. Coupler halfway. Like so. All right. Put an 8 millimeter screwdriver, whatever your preference is. Same thing. Okay. This goes towards the back. Slide that on half, the rest of the way. Just like so. Tighten that clamp. Now that your hose is modified to fit the automatic, just slide it back up in there. Okay, hose clamper's on. Now we're just gonna push the hose up over onto the intake. Now we're ready to install our bumper and make sure everything fits. Perfect.
All right, looks like we're done with the install. Thank you, Bill, for doing a great job as always. In case you guys ever have a question, please give us a call, drop us an email. We'll be glad to help. We have location in California, location in Texas. We work on these vehicles regularly. So anything that comes to mind, if you're not sure which one is right for you, if you have a question about the installation, the nice part is drop us a line, give us a call. We'll be happy to help. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day and good luck with the install.